You call them friends. You've known them for years, maybe since childhood. You keep showing up, keep supporting them, keep making excuses for why the friendship feels one-sided, draining, or just off. But here's what you won't admit. This person isn't actually your friend. They're someone you have a history with. Someone you're loyal to out of habit. Someone whose presence in your life costs you more than it gives. Psychology has identified 5 specific types of toxic friendships that consistently harm your well-being, self-esteem, and mental health. First, the fair weather friend. They're present when things are good, when you're fun to be around, when being your friend is easy and convenient. But the moment you actually need them, when you're struggling, hurting, or going through something difficult, they disappear. Psychologist Dr. Shasta Nelson's research on friendship quality identifies this as situational friendship, connection based on circumstance, not genuine care. Fair weather friends love the highlight reel of your life, but have no capacity for the behind-the-scenes struggle. Here's the pattern. When you're happy, successful, or entertaining, they're there. You get the promotion they want to celebrate. You're planning the fun trip. They're in. You're hosting the party they attend. But when you lose the job, suddenly they're busy. When you're depressed, they don't know what to say, so they say nothing. When you need support, they're uncomfortable with heaviness and disappear. Dr. Andrea Bonior's research on toxic friendships shows that fair weather friends treat friendship like entertainment. They show up for the good parts and vanish during the hard parts. The harm is profound because you can't actually be yourself with them. You learn to perform happiness, hide struggle, and only show them the version of you that's easy to be around. Research shows this creates what Dr. Brené Brown calls fitting in versus belonging. You're pretending to be someone you're not to maintain a friendship that isn't real. And when you actually need a friend, you're alone. The friendship is conditional on you being okay, which means it's not actually friendship. It's a good time arrangement. And you deserve friends who show up for all of you, not just the convenient parts. Abandonment. Here are 5 types of friends you need to distance yourself from, even if it's painful, even if you've known them forever. Second, the chronic one-upper. You share good news. They immediately share better news. You mention a struggle. They've had it worse. You accomplish something. They diminish it or redirect to their bigger accomplishment. Psychologist Dr. Susan Krauss Whitborn identifies this as conversational narcissism, the inability to let anyone else have a moment because everything must center on them. Here's what this looks like in practice. You got a raise, they got promoted. You ran a 5K, they ran a marathon. You're stressed about your workload, they have twice as much. You're excited about your vacation, theirs was more exotic. Dr. Craig Malkin's research on narcissism shows that one-uppers have such fragile self-esteem that your success or experience feels like a threat. They can't celebrate you because they're too busy using your moment to prop themselves up. The damage accumulates slowly. You stop sharing good news because you know they'll minimize it. You stop sharing struggles because they'll make it a competition of who has it worse. You learn that your experiences don't matter in this friendship. They're just prompts for them to talk about themselves. Research by Dr. Shelley Gable on capitalization, sharing positive events, shows that how friends respond to your good news predicts friendship quality and your well-being. Friends who genuinely celebrate with you increase your joy. One-uppers steal it. Every conversation leaves you feeling smaller, less important, like your life is trivial compared to theirs. And that's not friendship. That's someone using you as an audience for their highlight reel while making you feel inadequate. Third, the secret competitor. They call themselves your friend, but beneath the surface, they're competing with you. They can't genuinely celebrate your success. They compare constantly. they feel threatened by your wins. And they subtly undermine your confidence while maintaining the friendship facade. Dr. Jan Yeager's research on friendship betrayal identifies this as one of the most psychologically damaging patterns because it's covert. The competition is real, but unacknowledged. Here's the pattern researchers identify. You succeed at something. They make a comment that sounds supportive but subtly diminishes. That's great. I mean, it's not that hard once you know the trick. You're feeling confident. They point out something that makes you doubt yourself. Are you sure that outfit works for your body type? You're excited about an opportunity. They mention why it might not work out. I knew someone who tried that and it didn't go well. Dr. Harriet Lerner's work on hidden agendas in relationships shows that secret competitors need you to be slightly beneath them to feel okay about themselves. The exhaustion comes from never being able to relax into the friendship. You can't be fully successful because it threatens them. You can't share vulnerabilities because they'll use them against you later. You start self-sabotaging, unconsciously dimming your light to make them comfortable. Research shows that competitive friendships create chronic stress because you're simultaneously trying to maintain connection while defending against subtle attacks. You're not paranoid. You're accurately sensing that this person doesn't actually want you to thrive. They want you close enough to compare themselves favorably, but not successful enough to make them feel inadequate. That's not friendship. That's using you as a measuring stick for their self-worth. Fourth, the constant crisis friend. There's always a drama, always an emergency, always a catastrophe that requires your immediate attention and support. But it's never reciprocal. You exist to manage their chaos while your needs go unmet. Psychologist Dr. Carla McLaren's research on emotional boundaries shows that constant crisis friends have dysregulated nervous systems. They're addicted to the intensity of crisis and unconsciously create drama to maintain familiar chaos. Here's what this pattern looks like. They call at 2 a.m. with an emergency. You drop everything to help. The crisis resolves temporarily. Then another crisis,